Okay, hopefully y'all can hear me now. Y'all already know technical difficulties. Trying to this like my fifth take, of course, so I'm not doing no intro this time. I just need to get this video done. So it's your girl, your favorite girl, Perrier. Perrier Worry Podcast. Today's episode is titled Perrier Perfect, and oh, disclaimer. Before I start the last video, I know you couldn't really hear anything. Please fast forward like the first like 2 to 3 minutes because my volume was messed up. But I promise you, there's my, oh my goodness. See, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story about this. This is why I'm here. There's my earring. All right. As y'all can see, I look a little crazy. I just got home like 9 o'clock this morning. I know. And it's a Sunday. That's why we here. We got to talk about it. Wow, it's really stuck. My earring is really stuck in my hair, y'all. I was looking for this. Okay, so yeah, fast forward the first 2 to 3 minutes in the last video, um, and you'll hear the sound. But yes, this video is titled Perrier Perfect. As you can see, I'm very imperfect right now. No makeup, hair looking crazy. I got an earring stuck in my hair. Last night was a wild night. I didn't do anything crazy ish. I didn't do anything that I wouldn't deem crazy, but in the eyes of God, like, yeah. Um, Again, it's titled Perrier Perfect because in many senses, I think that's why I have not been on YouTube or making videos is because my need to be perfect. We talk about this all the time. Also I've been like dealing with so much as far as the enemy go. I'm not even gonna sit here and say or like give the enemy any type of credit. Like, let's be clear, life is great. Like the way God has been blessing me, bro. I literally, yet again, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I have to like really figure this out with God. Like, why I harbor so much unworthiness outside of, whatever traumas and stuff I've experienced. But I know that that has been my test in this season is learning how to let go and um just accept, not only that I have a calling or, favor over my life or an anointing or whatever, the next person might want to call it, but also that I'm worthy, you know, um, worthy enough to trust myself. I have not been trusting myself. And I think that also comes from, the perfection in me. And like I said, just the way that I've been backsliding. Like I'm talking about God bless me so big. Like, thank you, God. In a way that I just gotta literally keep saying thank you because it's like I feel so much shame in basically backsliding. Like, how can you backslide so big after a blessing like that? And that has had me, I guess, in a way, kind of hiding from God, like just feeling like, again, why would you choose me? Um, and it's had me, not on YouTube, barely posting, just because I've been trying to let go of the things that are keeping me, um, I guess, from taking that step, that step outside of fear. That was another thing outside of me having a wild night, which I'm gonna tell you the story. I actually, well, for one, I got home at like 9 o'clock this morning. I know, like 9 a.m. That was the crazy part. Um, so I was asleep. I missed church, but I did end up watching it, rewatching it online after I woke up. And today's sermon was basically about fear, and how fear stops you from being obedient. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, you know, he's talking. And he's literally been letting me know, like, okay, you're scared. You're afraid, Perrier. I don't trust myself so much with the anointing that God has placed over my life, that it's literally making me like sin on purpose. I think I'm like telling myself, like, nope, you messed up one too many times, like you're never gonna get there. And I have to break that. And a big part of it is letting go. Like I said, I was in my, little space of just trying to figure things out, just because of how the enemy has been working in my life, as far as like the people who, and I'm constantly going through this, but I'm clearly aware of this lesson at this point. Like I said, in needing to let go and not leaning into my own understanding and wanting things to be what I want it to be. And I had another revelation of that last night, you know, um, so I went and hung out. Let's get into that first, and then we can talk about, church and the messages. But so basically, like I said, as far as like going through it, it's really just been like an enemy thing. Like, um, me falling into temptation, me falling into sin. Like, I mean, fornication, um, drinking hard liquor again, like stuff that like I know I don't even enjoy doing anymore, but yet just so I can hang out with an old friend, I'm gonna do it. And even in last night's case, just so I can see someone who I swear I'm in love with or was in love with, I'm going to entertain it, even though I know God has told me to stay away from me, this person, or, to use my discernment of to understand the right type of people to be around. Because essentially anything that I have been going through, it's because of other people. Like, it's literally just projection. It's me realizing, like, just being around people and they're still in the same positions they were when I met them. Like, I'm talking about, my birthday is in what, 2 weeks? We about to be 35. So I'm literally looking at 35-year-old men and women still living in their mama's basements, sharing houses with their whole family, still hustling, still scamming, like I said, still drinking, still smoking weed, like just a way of life that in my mind is normal, because that's the reality. That's the life I come from, so I, of course, even now, I find myself like I'm not able to judge. Clearly we're all sinners. I can't judge nobody. But yeah, I had to really sit with myself and see where my worthy lied. And it a big part of why I feel so much unworthiness, as if I can't handle the assignment, is because of that reason. Like, I remember talking to my therapist about it, and she was like making that connection, like, do you realize every time you get into an argument with someone, or you have a disagreement with the men you choose today, it's 9 out of 10 drinking involved? Like, I had to realize that, like, even when I like backslid and was like, you know fornicating and stuff, it's because I was drinking hard liquor, like, and I don't drink hard liquor no more. I just drink wine. So it was like just realizing, like, just that little incy door that I'm leaving open for the enemy is literally putting me in a position to go backwards, and that has been scaring the heck out of me, because it's like I could never imagine myself even remotely going through half of the things that God has delivered me from. So that is why I've been hiding from him, because it's just like, you know, there's only so much repenting you can honestly do in my mind before God is just like, I'm done with you. But I like refuse to tell myself that, even though I know like I have to stop this like worldly living, this Perrier perfect, where I want to be perfect for God, but yet at the same time, I don't know exactly what that looks like. So I keep um holding on to who I was. Hence, like I said, even last night, um, being where I was, and coming home at 9 o'clock in the morning when I should be at the house, rested, ready for church, things like that. But um, yeah, I'm like finding myself falling back into sin in a way that I have to take accountability, that I have to be honest and say, I have not been representing him right. And that makes me sad. Like, it really makes me sad. The conversation that I had last night, it was really a big closure. Like, I think it was needed, not necessarily because like in my mind I already know the reality of the situation, with this person. Um, I think I just needed them to like actually say it. And that's a thing. Like, even that in therapy, like my therapist will always ask me like, well, why do you need to know? Like, why do you need to know the why? Why do you need to hear them apologize? Why do you need an apology? Like, things like that. And it's like what I got from the conversation we had clearly just vibing. Like, it was a good night. Like, outside of me getting into it with one of my people's family members, but I'll tell y'all that story too. But I actually, like, I'm not even gonna sit here and say like I didn't have a good night. I didn't. I did not have sex, this time. But there was like little things, hence how my earring was stuck in my hair. But again, this is not that video. This is me taking accountability. Like, again, I don't want to be misleading people and be like, oh yeah, I'm still celibate and I haven't had a drink. No, I have. I've I am a sinner, and I'm just trying to get myself back in the position that God placed me in. But what I got out of the conversation was honestly the um closure I think I finally needed. Um Mind you, and I'm gonna talk about this too. I don't know if I want to talk about that in this video or in another one. It might be in another one because I'm actually at 13 minutes. So I might actually make this one short and be more prepared for the next one. But what I got out of it was the closure I needed, even though I already knew. And I didn't even necessarily care to hear them say it, but it was just like a scene. Like, for me, I've been realizing that, like, me seeing people again and being around them again, and it's like God showing me them in their true form, not the way I want to see them, not the way I want to understand them and hear them. Because even that, like, the things that they were talking about, I'm just like, sounds like BS to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe half of what you're saying, but I do, though. Only believe it because I know at this point you have nothing more to hide, in addition to nothing more to give, if anything to give. And I just had to see that and be okay with it. Like, yeah, this person, they not coming where you're going. And you're okay with that. So I was able to actually walk away, like, not in my feelings, not angry. I be acting like I be in my feelings with men. I need to stop doing that because I'm realizing that is like a little bit of a manipulation thing. Because I don't think I really be in my feelings the way I be like representing myself. But again, I'm very aware that this is that past Perrier that like keeps trying to come back. And it's like, no, Perrier, you have to stop this. So I was able to walk away this time and be like, okay, yeah, this is for sure going to be our last conversation. This is for sure going to be the last time you see me, the last time we play play around like this. Like now I'm like cool with it because I just really had to see that person um for who they were and not for who I was hoping they would be. Like even now, this video is called Perrier Perfect. I try to come as unperfect. Like this is me as after being out all night. I face is bruised. Well, this is from skincare. I use some treatment and it's like burning my skin, but whatever. Y'all know I got sensitive skin and whatever, all that. Whatever. See, look, that's how quickly the Perrier Perfect kicked in. But yeah, I last night had to just accept about myself. The other part about last night that helped me, because mind you, prior to going where I went, I actually went and pulled up on a friend, and she wasn't there, and but her family was there because like she lives with her family, like they all live together in their house. Mind you, again, don't judge. But last night, I think I really like made MFer mad. Like, and it was really, that's why I say I don't know if I want to like, I kind of want to make a separate video for this because I feel like this is a great topic to talk on as far as like the things that I've been experiencing and realizing about a lot of men today. Yet alone the men that I had around me, which is craziness. Like, oh my goodness, bro. Like something is going on with you men. Yeah, we gonna say that for another one. But yeah, I had to really just sit with myself and it was the ride back from mind you, driving home at 9 o'clock in the morning in some biker shorts and big t-shirt, one earring, hair crazy. You have time to think. And I live far from the city, so I have a lot of time. I had a lot of time to think. And I was just thinking about the whole night, and I was thinking about the past couple weeks, past couple months. I was thinking about, how I've fallen back into sin and, all these self-hate thoughts and things that I am trying to reprogram my mind was just flooding back in, and it was just a wake up call to myself, like, okay, no more of this. You have officially gotten all you need out of who you used to be, out of where you used to be, which hence, like I said in my previous videos, like God, um, put me in the wilderness for a reason. He brought me up out of the place I was for a reason. And it clearly wasn't to go back. Um, outside of, the work he has you doing, but the places I was going back, like I said, the friends I was hanging out with, um, the guy I was entertaining, like it was never meant for me to go back there. And I had to take accountability and be like, okay, Perrier, in addition to having a very serious and deep conversation with God, which I plan on doing tonight. Um, like I said, I couldn't do it this morning. I have to sit with him and I have to, like, really talk about the things that, that little girl inside of me can't seem to let go of. Cause I keep picturing that. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen that little meme, that little picture where they show like God or Jesus um with the big teddy bear behind his back, but he's asking the little girl, like, for the little one, like, give me that, I got something better. And it's like, I just keep picturing that, as far as me and my life go. Like, this is why you haven't fully embraced the woman God is calling you to be, because you're afraid to let go of these little things that remind you of who you used to be, and the type of attention or um gratification you got out of just knowing these people, of temporary emotions and feelings, like, oh, I'm bored and my life is really good, so it's okay for me to go hang out. It's okay for me to go have a little fun. No, I had to sit here and be like, at this point, it's not even about the enemy. I can't blame the devil. I can't even blame these people who, like I said, I had to literally sit back, and I've been just seeing the demonic energies in people. Like, I'm talking about, I'm having conversations with people that are literally telling me how they don't believe in God. And I'm literally like, why are you here? These people can't be that fun that you're listening to a grown man half your age talk about how God ain't real. Who's God ain't real? Because I know you're not talking about minds. Like, that's why I'm like, okay, there's nothing more for me to see. And another part of why I realize why I hold on so tightly is because of, that slight abandonment wound that I've had, from a child, since a childhood. Um, Not feeling seen, not feeling valued, not feeling wanted or picked. Um, it's kind of made me develop this thing where I'm afraid to leave people behind, not because I need them. Like, and like that's why I said I had to really realize, like, why are you leaving? Because you don't even need these people. Like, people are literally telling me, like, you don't even need me. Why you love me? Like, I'm talking to people like that, and I'm like, I'm sitting here feeling like I have self-worth and self-esteem issues, but all you do is speak death over you. I'm talking about last night, speaking death over your life, to the point where I'm like, stop talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you talking about yourself like that? And I clearly get it. I have those um self-limiting beliefs about myself at times, but like, to like just be speaking death over your own life is just craziness to me. So that really helped me a lot, as far as being like, all right, this is not what you want. This is not where you want to be. This is definitely not what you need. And it makes a lot of sense why in this season these people are showing me their true nature, their lack of faith, their lack of belief, their lack of love. Like, because there's no more of me playing it small. I have been in fear. Like I said, church today was about, having that fear, and how it's clearly not real. We all know that. We all know fear isn't of God. And that fear keeping me feeling like I need to still hold on to this teddy bear, even though it's raggedy. I'm talking about this teddy bear missing the eye. It's matted, it stinks. Nobody ain't washed it in 10 years. But I feel like but it's mine, or it used to be nice, like, let me hold on to it. No, it's time to let go. And it's unfortunate, like, in a few weeks ago, I ain't gonna lie, like, I would have been sad, even just the person that I have to let go. But when I tell you now, I do not care. Like, I'm talking about family member who I was like, I would never personally not talk to this person just because, the relationship I have with their kids. And, I don't want to be in a position to where I can't be in her life. I'm sorry. I love the babies. I love the babies, but I have to worry about me and my child. I can't keep forcing myself to be placed in situations that allow me to hinder what I have to do just so I can make the next person happy, just so I can, hold on to something. Like I said, every time I was falling into sin, it was out of boredom, pure boredom. Even though I had plenty of things to, you know, look to, go do, I was like, oh, this is what I know, this is what I'm used to, or this person hit me up, so why not? Not anymore. Um, Overly helping, like, I had to really realize that too. Like, imagine helping somebody and then get into a fight with somebody right after you just fucking helped them. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. But I'm talking about, that's the type of stuff I'm dealing with, to the point where I'm like, yeah, this will never happen again. You know what I'm saying? Family or not, you will not feel as if I'm not worthy enough of that type of respect, to where I'm literally genuinely doing something to help and better your life, but you pay me with disrespect. Never again. Um, like I said, same thing with these friends. Like, I'm gonna save that for another conversation, another video, because it's a good one. But yeah, I had to really take some time. Well, I ain't gonna say I had to, because I really just really, when I woke up around, I think I woke up at like noon, 1 o'clock, because my son called me. He should be home in a little bit. Um, I had to really just sit with myself. Like I said, I was watching church and listening to the word, and I'm just like, okay, like, I hear you. And I also want this to be an encouragement to people who do backslide and who do fall into sin, to know that, like, God still loves you. Don't feel like you've messed up so much that you can't come back to him. Um, Even the person that, I spent time with last night, I, and even in telling that person, like, the type of love that I have for them, it's not, it was, I don't know how to explain it without, because, I can't, like, say the conversation, but it's like, I realized the type of love that I have for him, and it really is a godly love, a agape love. Like, whereas I think that person was expecting for me to want them to be like, "Oh, I'm in love with you." No, that's not the case. That's not what I want. I want to know if love even truly lied in that person's heart. And I realized, like I said, just from them speaking, the way they were speaking about themselves, I realized, like, oh, this person doesn't even love themselves, period. They'll never love you. They'll never love you the way that you love them. And it's not even about a in love thing. It's just you genuinely love. And that's something that God has placed in you that is so beautiful, that of course the enemy wants to destroy that. Of course people are going to project, like the projection last night. Like I said, when I was at my people's crib, like, I can't wait to tell y'all about these grown men that I've been around. No, but yeah, it really, yeah, I am at a place in life where I truly not only desire the type of godly love that I have in my heart, but I deserve it. I absolutely 100% deserve it. I don't care about the mistakes that I've made in my past. I don't care about who I've been with. So that don't make me the type of woman I think I am. I don't care about any type of projections. I don't care about any type of lack. I deserve the type of love that God has placed within me. And I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go get it. Like, I think I'm ready. I know I'm ready. Yes, I know I'm ready. Like I said, I came home today with like just a different viewpoint on who I am, and I had to stop making so many excuses. I have to stop making so many excuses. I have to stop feeling like if things aren't perfect, if things aren't going the way I want, or if I don't even necessarily understand things, that's it, and giving up. And, definitely not falling into temptation and sin because of it, and just know who I am and know how much God loves me, and all of you as well. Like I said, I want you to never forget that. Never forget that every day that you wake up is another day for you to love yourself, and I felt bad. Like, I really felt bad because I'm like, imagine you waking up, whether you feel this way or not. And I, mind you, this is about the conversation I was having last night. Whether you feel this way or not about yourself, like, to even repeat that to somebody is crazy to me. And there's certain things that I just hear people speak, over themselves or other people's lives. And I'm just like, it makes a lot of sense. Like, to even just, because I'm a big believer. Hey, don't put your hands in or your tongue on me, because God's gonna show you. Like, and that's why I was trying to like explain to some men last night. But you, like I said, don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't have it, like you can't do it, like what you desire as far as good, because clearly we're not talking to the like crazy people that like want bad things and want materialisms and things like that, which is another thing. Like, I've been crazy falling into just spending money and like on unnecessary things. And like I said, it's really more so just that old person still feeling like I need to prove who I am, instead of just understanding that I already know. um, I'm Perrier, God's baby. I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm talented. Um, I'm such a lover. I do talk a lot, and I'm gonna trigger the heck out of you. But I wouldn't change me for the world. I would never want to be nobody else. Like I said, just being around the people that I've been around, there's not one person in my life whose place I want to take, position I want to be in. And that says a lot. Like, it says a lot that I don't have enough people around me that I can actually look towards and be like, wow, look at what you're doing, or wow, that's amazing, or wow, that motivates me to want to be this, not them, because I don't ever, again, don't want to be nobody else but this version of myself. And like I said, I had to realize that, like, no wonder you're sinning, no wonder you're backsliding. Look at who you're around. Look at the environment you are. You're back in the same place that you prayed for God to get you out of. And you're wondering why you're tired. Like, I look so tired today, bro. I literally, that's why I named this Perrier Perfect, because I wanted to come on here in my imperfections. I literally have that tatted on my chest. I had a whole argument with a man last night about it, to the point where I'm coming on here today. Not perfect. to prove my point. You're crazy, sir. But, you can't tell people nothing. All you can do is be yourself. So I encourage anyone who is struggling with sin, anyone who is backsliding a little bit, anyone who is struggling with self-worth, you know, self-hate talk, to just know that God loves you. Know that every day that you're breathing is another day for you to try again and not to give up, and to really take what God is doing for you in this season serious. And don't take it for granted. Like, I really feel like I've been taking the blessings that God has been giving me for granted. And I really want to change that. Like, I've just, even now, like, in this mood where I'm like, okay, I just feel it, like, you need to do more, in addition to better, do more. Because like I said, imagine helping people the past couple months that did not deserve any of it. Mind you, telling me what I deserve. You telling me what I deserve, but you don't even deserve half of the blessings that I'm giving you. And I don't want God to start taking my blessings away again. We don't want that. So it's like, yeah, it's time. I'm excited. It's my birthday month. My birthday's in a couple weeks. Well, it's like 2 weeks. May 20th. Shout out to all the Tauruses. I know y'all probably like, oh, that's demonic. I'm not trying to hear none of that. We're not going into none of that about astrology and zodiac signs. But yes, I am a Taurus and I love it. Being the bull, especially when I am in situations last night when people think they're going to bully the bull. What? I don't know. It was just, I had a wild night. But again, I'm going to end this video because now I'm rambling and talking too much. And it's literally almost 40 minutes. So I will definitely be back on here this week. I'm going to try and stay consistent, get out of my pointless lifestyle bag and get back in my purpose lifestyle bag. So I will be back on here this week with another video, really to touch bases on more of what's been happening, but the conversation I had last night, that not the conversation, the argument I had last night that brought me to this. So with that said, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I love you guys, and bye.